Hello everyone, this is Kim Quady from KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I love to show you through videos and Facebook Lives what I've been working on in my craft room. You know, when I get a stamp set or a bundle or a suite that I really love, I just kind of go crazy with it and try to exhaust all the possibilities, although I know that's not possible to exhaust all of the possibilities. But I like to see all the different things that I can create with a set of products. So today I'm kind of combining two, and I've got a card to show you with some measurements. It uses some brand new online exclusives and some fairly new online exclusives, bringing in some designer series paper. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you I've got a stack of 8 card samples made with this particular set. So let's just pop down to the workspace and get started. I'll show you what I've been working on. I have been just absolutely loving the Mixed Florals stamp set and its coordinating dies. In fact, this suite has 2 stamp sets, 2 sets, as well as the coordinating dies are these awesome textured notes dies. And I don't know if I bring them up, if you can see these rectangles have all kinds of different designs and textures, and they're just really fun to work with, and I think they'll add a lot to your crafting. So I've combined these two for today's card. My original card was this, so I used a base of Smoky Slate, Petal Pink, Smoky Slate, designer series paper, the Country Bouquet, Petal Pink. I just stamped right on the designer series paper and then stamped the sentiment on that die that comes with that set. So I just kind of layered all the different dies on that, and it just fits really well. I think it's just very clean and simple, just gorgeous. So then I kind of mixed it up a little bit, and so I did an opposite base. So I did Petal Pink, then I did, I die cut the designer series paper, Petal Pink, Smoky Slate, and then I heat embossed the white there, and then heat emboss the white sentiment here as well. So I was going to just quickly put this card together for you. Be sure to check my blog at KimPlaysWithPaper.com for information about that, giving you some item numbers and product numbers and measurements and such. So I start with a Smoky Slate card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I will burnish that with a bone folder quick. All right, and then the rest is, we'll stamp first. I have the first piece. This is a piece of the Country Bouquet designer series paper. It is the Petal Pink. And I was going to measure that for you so you get an approximate, so you know how big these are. So this one's about 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So that's the one I'm going to stamp on. And it might go off the page, so I've got a little piece of scratch paper. I am using the Memento ink, and with these great big stamps, I like to ink from the top so I can get a good covering on there. I love tulips, and I just love, I've just been having so much fun, as you'll see in the samples at the very end. So then I'll just stamp this right in the middle. Press down evenly and firmly to get a good get a good impression. Okay, there we go. That is just one of the stamps in that Mixed Florals. I don't know if you need a reminder of which one that was. And then I will layer it on our smoky slate layer. And just for your measurement purposes, that's going to be almost 3 1/4 by about 4 3/4. So let me layer those together. And you could pop some of these up, but I just decided to do them, lay them flat with some Stampin' Seal Plus and center that in the middle here. Then I have a piece of petal pink, and you can see that lovely stitching from that Textured Notes dies. Just so you have a reference point as well, that layer is about 3 3/4 by about 5 1/4. So I will again just layer. If you feel like you want to pop stuff up today, you have that. You can do that. All right. And then here's my card base, my smoky slate card base again. So this it's a matter of die cutting and putting the card together for a quick and easy card. But I really tend toward the clean and simple, and I'm just loving this, even though it is, there's a number of layers, but I still think it packs a punch. So this little piece here was die cut with the smoky slate, and the sentiment does come from the Textured Notes stamp set. You are seriously the best. Thank you, and a little note of appreciation. And in the future, I'll have a few more card samples for you as well using this. There's already a tutorial on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. If you're interested, if you need to find it, let me know. All right. So this fits just nicely in here like so. There we go. Awesome. Now that I am going to pop up with dimensionals. Let me grab them here. And if I place them just so, they fit, the big ones fit perfectly. You could use the minis as well. And then I will pop that up right across the front. Just gorgeous. And then I'm going to bring in the neutral matte dots. These are available starting, they're still available. So they come in white, black, very vanilla, and then the pecan pie. And I thought the black would work really well for this card. On this card, I used the low profile dots, the petal pink. So I'll just grab the black here and slide a couple of those on. And I also do have a piece of basic white for the middle with a little piece of the designer series paper, so I can pull that to the inside of the card, and you can put that in the middle of the card so you will be able to have a spot to write a message. You could use a black marker on here, but I know I have lots of white paper, so we'll go ahead and place that in the center, and we'll have completed this card featuring our Mixed Florals stamp set. So I've got 2 of those, and then the other with the, I don't know, which do you like best? I like them all. It's hard to choose. Now, as promised, I will share some other samples that I have made with you. This card, oh, I got a little fuzz on it. So this too, the main floral image here is from the Mixed Florals, but if you notice right back in here, it's another new stamp set called Elements of Text. So I have stamped the Elements of Text in Bubble Bath, on Bubble Bath cardstock, and then the flower is done in Berry Burst, as well as the sentiment that's popped up with some Berry Burst jewels. Another clean and simple. You can make a lot of these in a short period of time, and you could use any sentiment on here. All right, here's another one. I do love coloring, but if I'm making a bunch of cards, I don't like to color a lot. So with this stamp set, I was trying to find ways to really use it a lot, but not have to color a lot. So with this one, I have a stitched circle from the Stylish Shapes dies, and I stamped those tulips in Daffodil Delight and then stamped the sentiment right on top with a little bit of the designer series paper from the Mixed Media Florals and some of those low profile gold dots. There is a tutorial on my blog for this card as well. Alrighty, this one is just absolutely gorgeous. So what I did here was stamp the tulips on basic white with Memento. And then I took my blending brushes and I blended Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather, and Granny Apple Green. And then I used the coordinating die cut to die cut that flower out, and then I layered it on this die cut. And I've tried to remember, it's called I know the Friendship, it has its Friendship in its name, but this is a must-have. I mean, it just gives you the slightest little detail of to put behind it. And then I have the brass butterflies. The sentiment does come from the beautiful butterfly stamp set, a little bit of that gold ribbon, and the base is Highland Heather. I have the same technique here, but I used a few different colors. This is Calypso Coral. So it was Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, and Granny Apple Green with the Sympathy sentiment from the Mixed Florals, Mixed Labels stamp set, one of the coordinating stamp sets with that. Again, the brass butterflies and the fun new yellow ribbon. And that one is just sponged, blended right on. I used a mask and did that blending there. So like I say, I've been trying to find ways to not color. Well, sometimes the annual catalog gets lost in all of our new products. But I remembered the Full of Life designer series paper. It's a vibrant 6x6 package of paper. So I actually stamped the image in white embossing powder and then die cut it. This is an example of what the paper looked like. So I stamped the sentiment in white heat emboss and then die cut it. So this paper, sometimes it's like, I wonder what I'm going to do with that. And it worked just perfectly for this card. So then I die cut it, put it on the background, the balmy blue, added the sentiment Hello Spring. That comes from the Paper Pumpkin kit, and a little bit of that yellow ribbon and some of the glossy dots. Cool, huh? I just love these. I'm having so much fun. Even though in Arizona we don't get many tulips, I still love them. So this uses some of the Mixed Media Florals designer series paper, and I did draw out some of the colors, and I used Stampin' Blends to color the tulips using Poppy Parade, boho blue, and these stitched Stylish Shapes dies, as well as the Spotlight on Nature dies. The thank you sentiment from Well Said. Just trying to show you the great versatility of this suite that includes the stamp sets and the designer series paper and the gems. All right, next up is a fun little fun fold using the designer series paper. And then on the back, you can write your message, but that's a fun little fun fold that was inspired by a card I saw on Pinterest, again, using the Mixed Media Florals designer series paper. And I did color the tulips and the leaves. Tell me which one's your favorite. I'd love to hear from you. All right, this one we did color the whole thing. You can see that I did use the textured notes dies. Maybe you can't, but they are on the white and the black. The hello comes from the beautiful butterfly stamp set. I just love that cursive, and it works for so many things. So there's another sample. And I guess you could say I kind of went crazy on the heat embossing. So I heat embossed this gorgeous grape and then just layered it. Thank you. Sometimes I need quick and easy. This white ribbon is also new. You might want to check that out. Those are the neutral matte dots. More heat embossing. This one, Night of Navy, made it into a birthday card. I love Night of Navy. So same concept, just the little die from the Mixed Labels dies. And now, this is kind of a sneak peek. I will be at Onstage, and this is a card I made for a swap I'm a part of. So I hope everyone likes it. The basic black, the petal pink with the white heat embossing on the black. Down here I have that friendship die and the hello heat embossed in white with that petal pink scalloped ribbon and those low profile dots. I just love it. I hope everyone else does too. All right, and one more with that Night of Navy, just a different direction. Okay, and then last but not least, it was a week or so ago, I showed a video of a fun fold with all of the elements. And if you missed it, you might want to go back and see if you can find it. But when the card opens, it's you can still fit that in an envelope, but when it opens, this is how the inside looks. So that's a really fun one as well. So I do hope you've enjoyed my samples. I've had a lot of fun, and I'm really not done playing. There's a lot more heat embossing that I would like to try with this bundle of products. Yeah, I'd love to hear which one you would choose as your favorite. And let's see. Okay, there was that. And then the cards that I made today. Again, you can look for more information on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me, for watching. I'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, everyone, happy stamping. Bye-bye.